2016 is going to be very interesting.
Interesting, I like that. To round up, demonstrations against government, demonstrations or processions for government. Would we say that the whistle has been blown towards 2016? Are we already in a campaign season?
It started in 2013, even when the MPP took the election results to the court. They were still championing the campaign for 2016.
Hello, welcome to the first in the series of rawgist.com's interviews with very astute politicians in Ghana. And the person we're talking to today, as I said, very astute politician. He was the immediate past Deputy Ashanti Regional Minister, and his name is Joseph-Yammin. We just caught up with him at his residence, and we're going to try to find out a lot more about this.
The best partner that anybody can work with. I always wish to see the best come out of whatever I do. I also hate to see myself and any group fail. It sometimes makes me a very difficult person because I will insist on the right thing being done. So the slogan of the NDC now is 1 million votes, and we've worked towards that 1 million votes achievement. But now the realistic issue is that we still have the potential to surpass the 1 million votes based on the development that is going on. When we get down to the people, we hear the people talk about something visible that is happening within their community. And you can clearly get the sense that the people will be rewarding the government based on what they are seeing. And if 2 years we are talking about this, the next 2 years before we get into the elections, where additional projects will be added onto it, where by that time we wouldn't be talking about Doomso, where by that time, fortunately, we wouldn't be talking about CD depreciation, whatever. I think that if we are still targeting 1 million votes, then we wouldn't be overstretching ourselves. But there's a possibility that in the history of Ghana, we can one time make Ashanti region a no-go area for any political party.
So your target is to take that label of NPP stronghold from the NPP,
yeah,
in the Ashanti region.
Yes, that is the target, and we are working strongly at that target, and the signs are clear.
Okay, now you were seeking to hype some of the achievements of your president. Can you run us through some of them? Are they that significant in the region?
If there's any word more to describe it than significant, then I think that wouldn't be wrong in using that word. I remember in 2007 when Dr. Kwame Adokufo made that statement before he resigned as the defense minister, that they were going to put up a military hospital in Ashanti region. I still remember the messages that went around, the touting by the MPP as an achievement, even when it was just
a promise.
A promise.
Okay.
I don't think that the MPP by now, if they were able to achieve putting up that hospital, wouldn't have used it as a campaign message, but wouldn't say it's an achievement. They tout the Accident and Emergency Center. And they name it after Kufuor, even though it's an accident emergency center. If anybody within the region is talking about the accident and emergency center, they say Kufuor clinic. But you can't compare the accident and emergency center to the 500-bed hospital that is being put up at Aferi. And so if people of Ashanti could give that praise to MPP and Kufuor. I remember the former CEO of Komfo-Anokye. I was on radio with him, that is Dr. Isiasare, on Solid FM in 2008. And trying to enumerate what projects the MPP government has done and why we should continue to give them, said clearly that Kufuor gave that one as a gift to the people of Ashanti, even though it was part of the Komfo-Anokye plan to put up an accident and emergency center. It took shape under the tenure of President Kufuor, but painted a picture that it was something that President Kufuor thought from the scratch and had it put up. But like I said, the military hospital will be 10 times, if not more, than the accident and emergency center. And you think that is not a significant project. It can only be a non-significant project in the sight of the MPP because unfortunately it never happened under the administration. And that is what is happening there. If for 2 years of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's administration, we have 5 district hospitals being put up in Ashanti region. Fomena is a 120-bed hospital. Tepa is a 60-bed hospital. Konongo is a 120-bed hospital. In addition to a 250-bed regional hospital at Syria. And you say that it's not a significant achievement or project and that people will want to look at and reward the government in terms of vote. It can only be from the MPP, not from the people who are witnesses to this. You then move to other sectors. So if you have a government that comes in to do road infrastructure, today in the metropolis, you have almost the entire city tarred. It never happened some 12 years back. And you think that the people driving on these roads don't see it as a significant project? Well, like I said, it can only be from the MPP. If Central Market is going to be put up, and from the pictures that I see, the whole place is going to be roofed, more of a shopping mall. And you see this as a non-significant project, that about 45,000 stores are to be put up in the central business district of Kumasi. And it's happening under John Dramani Mahama's administration. And we think that this is not good enough for the people to appreciate. Just point out what happened 8 years when the MPP were in power. What can they show? I remember those times when they were talking about HIPIC benefits. Urinals, boreholes. They write on it, HIPIC benefit, and these were the achievements. We have feasible progress to show. Every district can talk about development. The people are seeing reshaping of their roads. They are seeing water projects being put up. They are seeing electricity being extended into communities that had no electricity. They have schools being put up. The government is on course as far as health delivery is concerned. And I think that we have a lot to say when it comes to mentioning projects. At least we can now be doing the comparative analysis, which the MPP wanted us to do in 2008. You remember in 2008, because they were in power, they thought that they had incumbency to their advantage, and they were calling for comparative analysis. I think that we can call for it this time around to want to point out. So they tell us how many health infrastructure they put up. Then we tell them how many we have put up. They tell us how many kilometers of road they constructed. Then we tell them how many kilometers of road we have constructed. They tell us how many communities they connected to the national grid. We tell them how many communities we have. Water projects, we tell them what they did. At least we can talk about Kumaru being a fresh water project, 3K project, 7 the environs around Kumaru, Efijase, down to Ajoso. We have revived that of Mampong. Tell us what the MPP did in 8 years for the people of Ashanti. We have a lot to say, and we have what it takes to go out there.